Hello Flosstube, it is Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. This is Flosstube number 13. We're a lucky 13 today. It is August 7th, 2022, and I'm actually filming this. The weekends really got away from me, so this is going to be up a little bit later tonight. I apologize. I just needed to be off yesterday. I had a super long week. I have a lot upcoming for work, and I just needed to unplug. I actually was completely inspired. I went fall shopping like at Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Target, although the Target I went to, the first Target, didn't have very much. My daughter works for Target, and not the store she works at. There's several here in this area where I live, but not the one she works at, but the one her friend works at. She told me that there's some stuff, so I'm gonna run there tomorrow after my nail appointment and check it out. But that's kind of what's been going on here. I kind of unplugged, and so I didn't film my video yesterday. So I know this is going to be a little late this week. It's also going to probably be a little short. I made the executive decision because I have just been crazy running around all day long today. I'm not going to share any quilting. I just didn't even pull it. It was taking forever to put together my cross stitch stuff to share. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take a deep breath. Next week is a little bit, it's crazy because Ethan starts school, but, and there's a couple other things, but there's not quite as much deadline wise. I have stuff to do, but no deadlines. And so I thought, you know what? I will just take next week and I'll have it all lined up and ready. So when I go to film it, I'll be ready to go. So, yeah, I feel a little bit scattered. I've done so much stitching this week though. I love it so much. Let's see. I know I have some stuff. Life update, I kind of told you. Let's see. This week, Ethan goes back to school. So we have all of that, plus football starts, like real practices. They had to be off this whole last week. They've had conditioning this summer as well as some camps, but then they've had to, here in the state of Kansas at least, I don't know what it's like everywhere else, but coaches cannot have practice like the week leading up to school. And so there's not been anything this last week, which he's loved. He slept in every day. In fact, he told me like 2 nights ago, he said, "Mom, what are we going to do?" He goes, "I don't know if I'm ready for the alarm and having to get up." And I was like, I know, it's going to be hard. So we have that. My brother and sister-in-law and their kids are going to be here this week. And it's kind of unfortunate because our schedule is not lining up. Like we have back to school stuff when they wanted to get together, but I think we're going to try to get together one evening. So it'll be nice to catch up with them. Plus my niece, it's going to be her birthday. I think I'm going to run out. I kind of hadn't done it yet. And put together like a little cross stitch kit to give her for her birthday. So we shall see. I'm kind of excited. And maybe she and I can FaceTime and I can help her. But I thought, she loves crafty stuff. I think I've mentioned that before. I think last week somebody asked me if any of my kids are crafty, and they don't really. I mean, they were when they were younger. And it's probably because I have 2 like young 20-somethings. That's just not what they're wanting to do right now. It's what I wanted to do at that age, but that's not what my kids want to do. And then Ethan obviously is in high school and he's gaming and footballing and talking to friends. He has 0 interest in anything crafty. He used to draw pictures, but my niece does love crafty stuff, and she always has. She always, like, on my card making channel, I've made some felt bear ornaments, and here a couple years ago, gosh, has it been a couple years already? Probably. She loved those. And so she was over here one evening. I think her little brother had a ball game or something and she didn't want to go. I think they were limiting how many people from a family could go. And so they needed something for her to do. And I was like, oh yeah, bring her over here. It's when they still lived close. They don't live close anymore. And so she and I made felt bear ornaments. She made one for her and one for her little brother. So she just likes crafty stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to give her for her birthday, at least part of her birthday gift, and to see if she likes it. So they'll be here. I think my friend Lori Craig and I are going to go do something, go grab a coffee or something one morning this week, which would be lovely. I feel like I just have not had like friend connection in a while. I feel like I've worked a lot lately and stitched a lot, but so lots of upcoming stuff. Yep, that's it. So, let me see if I have anything else. Oh, I have several things. The other things I would like to mention, first up, I do want to mention, I have noticed this a lot and it makes me feel bad and guilty. I'm hoping I can kind of mention it here, mention it with my Stitch With Me on Monday nights, and probably in my Facebook group as well. Coming from a card making YouTube background, which is what I'm coming from, I link my supplies in the description below. And I think that that's maybe something that's not done a ton. It is very easy for me just because, again, that's the background I come from. I say it's easy. It's time consuming, but I really make an effort to link things. I do forget sometimes, and I always want you to ask me if I've not linked, because if I have a source, I do want to share it with you guys. But I am asking if you would please, if you would check there first, I would so appreciate it, because I am getting questions multiple places and it's just me. I don't have anybody else answering questions. And so a lot of times I think questions are going unanswered or I miss them because I'm getting them through Instagram DMs, Facebook, not our group. I mean, there are some in the group, but Facebook messages, which I have to be honest with you guys, I don't check that often. Mostly because I find it clunky and hard. And then email and here. And that's a lot of places to check, and I just don't get to them every single day. I have a set amount of time I spend answering things and checking things every day. And then the rest of the day, I really do need to spend that, creating content, and editing videos and creating projects and stitching and family time. And so I know I'm missing some, and I don't ever want anyone to feel bad about that. So I'm just encouraging you, please check the video description first. If you can't find it, I always want you to ask me, definitely. And if you don't get an answer from me, please email me at the email down below. That is going to be the best way, because that email does not get near the amount of messages that my Instagram and Facebook do, because those, not only am I getting stitching questions or messages, I'm also getting card making, which is going to be a lot more. So my DMs kind of can be a little bit of a mess. And so I just want to make sure that I am answering your question, basically, is what I'm saying. The other thing, and I fangirled so hard, so many of you let me know. It's funny, I don't usually get to watch the Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube live or their quilting lives on Friday, and the stitching on Wednesday. Not always. Sometimes I do try to put it on while I'm working, but Fridays I can't because I have a card making live at the same time. So I always watch that on a replay. And the stitching one, this week I had something, I had to take Ethan to get his sports physical. So I wasn't home. And I started getting messages from people, and then I got emails and DMs, and I started to play the replay of it, and Kimberly mentioned me and my channel and my Letters to Santa finish, and so I fangirled out just a little bit. And I have to tell you, I don't do that very often. But a huge thank you to Fat Quarter Shop. They completely made my day. I loved it that they shared it. And then I saw that they even shared my photo on their Instagram. So thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. You totally made my day. Thank you very much. And then the other thing is Christy at Java Girl Stitches. I had no idea, but she's stitching along with our Welcome Autumn Sal, and I saw it in her recent Flosstube video. So thank you, Christy. That was really, really exciting. And I just want to say, Christy is the reason I went out fall shopping yesterday morning. She even said it in her video that she's an enabler. She totally is. I got a couple of things that I saw her post in her video, and then I picked up a whole bunch of other stuff. Because I act like I'm going to finish some of these cross-stitch projects I've started. let's cross our fingers. But yes, thank you so much, Christy. So for mentioning it, for mentioning the sal, for stitching along. I was really, really excited. So thank you. I think that is it for life and that kind of thing. Oh, I guess I should welcome everybody that is a subscriber. Thank you to my new subscribers. You guys, I have been so excited. My subscribers has really jumped, and I think I credit it to the stitching community. So thank you guys so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know I've mentioned it, but I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. And so each and every one of you help contribute to that, and I appreciate you all so, so much. Okay, let's get to Q&A. If I have, and that brings me kind of back to what I was saying, if I've missed your question and you would like me to answer it, would you please message me again? Because I never want to ignore your questions. So oh, no, so sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's because I waited to the last minute to film this. Timestamps are always below. If you want to skip Q&A and get right to the good stuff, you can definitely do that, or whatever it is that you're interested in seeing. So I always do list the timestamps down below. Q&A. Christine, I'm a pattern. Oh, no, this is my comment. You know, sometimes I like to have a comment. Literally, Christine gave the best comment. I love this. So last week I said I'm a pattern collector, and she said, I'm a pattern collector. It's the possibilities they hold. I thought that was so genius. It makes me feel a little less guilty about all of the patterns that I keep wanting to buy or keep buying, let's be honest, that I may never get to. It is the possibility. And I thought that that was beautiful. So Christine, thank you for such a nice comment, because I thought that was lovely. Carol, how do you prepare your fabric project to frame or make it into a pillow? Do you hand wash or have it dry cleaned? I don't do either one. Jenny, Nichol, can you list the floss colors here on YouTube you used for Boo Crew? I see you listed the fabric. I did list the floss pack. The only difference, and it is, the floss pack is listed in the description, and I will list it one last time today because I do have a finish. I am using all the called for Classic Colorworks floss colors minus the purple. So I just simply took the floss pack when I ordered my floss, if I didn't already have the color, and I just left off the purple, and I ordered an extra of Colonial Copper. I probably wouldn't have had to. I think I already had some extra. I don't remember. But Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop suggested, if you were going to do that, if you were going to change the colors to orange, to maybe order an extra Colonial Copper. So you might want to try that if you want to do something similar. So all I did was look at their suggested or their floss pack colors, and I just didn't order the purple colors. I hope that helps. Connie, do you like one craft over another, or all about the same? Each one provides something different. Obviously right now I'm really into stitching, but I also go in phases where I'm really into quilting, and then it's hard because card making is my job, but I do love it. So it's hard to say because my cards lately have been really, really fun. I feel like, I wonder how to say this, different crafts or being creative in any way sometimes feeds into other areas of your creativity or even into life. For me, I find that to be really true. Like when I am making a real effort, I guess, to be creative, I don't know, or when I'm feeling super creative, it just kind of feeds out. So like, I feel like my cards lately have been some of the my favorite cards I've done, but I also feel like I've really been killing it on the stitching and quilting. So I don't know. No, I wouldn't say I like one more than another. I really like them all. And I think that's fine. I know a lot of you have other hobbies you like too, and I don't think that we have to make one more important than the other, or more than a favorite than another. I just like it all. I love creating. I love creativity, and I think it kind of goes back to Christine's comment. It's the possibilities that all these different crafts and hobbies hold. Patrina, I love your Christmas pillow. Did you sew or glue on the trim? I sewed mine on. I know you could probably glue it on. I thought it would ruin the chenille, to be honest. The chenille's pretty thin. I mean, it's skinny, it's tiny, and it's beautiful. And it's from Lady Creates. I know that's a question I'm going to answer here in a little bit on Etsy. She has tons of colors. Check her out. But I just did a whip stitch, and I am filming a video tutorial because that is what I'm going to do for our Welcome Autumn Sal, and that will be released the final Monday in August. If you want to see me actually put that pillow together, it's going to be the exact same thing, just obviously a different finish, a different design finish. Jen, I have never quilted. I looked at fat quarter, but I would prefer fabrics with design in them. Wondering how you decide what fabrics to use. I'm not exactly sure what this question means about fabrics with a design in them. I always use fabrics with a pattern to them. Even my backgrounds are often a tone on tone. You might not notice it until you're up close. I just prefer something with a little bit of pattern. For me, wondering what fabrics to use, I think I've mentioned this before, but as far as my card making goes, I came to card making from scrapbooking. I started as a scrapbooker many, many years ago, and I was a huge pattern paper fan. I still am, let's be honest. And I feel like both pattern paper and fabric are really similar because I tend to like a lot of the same patterns. I feel like it's something you come to as you start shopping, start using it and see what you like. I would suggest kind of just looking and seeing what fabric grabs you, or maybe you see what somebody else is doing and you kind of copy that for your first quilt, and eventually you will learn what you like. Because I know someone asked how I pick from collections that are released the fabrics to buy, and I talked about if I like the whole collection, I will buy like the fat quarter bundle or a layer cake bundle, some sort of pre-cut or jelly roll, something like that. Or if I only like a few of the patterns in a certain collection, I will buy like half yards or something. But I only buy the patterns, the designs I like, instead of the whole collection. And there are always, I would say almost in every collection, there's one or two patterns I don't like. And that's the same for pattern paper collections. There was always one or two in those that I don't like either. Mars, do you wash the cloth or threads before stitching? No. And also, how big is your completed project for Letters to Santa? My pillow is approximately 7.5 by 9.5 inches. Diane said, I'm almost done with Letters to Santa. Where did you find the white chenille? Lady Creates on Etsy. I think 123 Stitch has it too. They have the Lady Creates trims. Diane, I'm wondering how you attach the chenille trim to your letters pillow. I already answered that. And I'm wondering about the other site you mentioned that was going on at the same time as your Sal. Was it Heart in Hand? No. Heart in Hand has Tiny Town Halloween that's coming out at the end of this month at Needlework Expo, I believe. It is hands-on design. It's not going on at the very same time. I think that's the one you're talking about. And I am going to share about that because I am going to be stitching it, and it starts in September. Primrose Cottage does have a sale going on here during the month, and I am stitching along with that, and I will show you that. Plus I will have links to both of those down in the description below. Heidi, question about your Moda Blockheads 4. Are you using a fat quarter to make your blocks? I joined Blockheads 3 and I used a fat quarter bundle, I'm sure is what she means, and keep running out of fabric and was a bit disappointed that it did not have enough fabric to make all the blocks. No, I am not using a fat quarter bundle. As far as I know, I don't think they list yardage requirements to start this particular sew along or quilt along, pardon me. I'm using yardage that I have, and I have a lot. So I picked one designer that I particularly like. I have a lot of yardage from her. I'm mixing and matching from many different collections. So some of it might be fat quarters, but I literally am just going by color and not necessarily collection. So no, I'm not using a fat quarter bundle. I would suggest just trying to maybe match fabrics to another collection. If you're using a fat quarter bundle, that same designer probably has some other fat quarter bundles that have similar colors, and you could match it that way. Michelle, have looked in every Flosstube video looking for the answer. I recently bought the letters to Santa, and I have always used 14 count Aida and went over 1 stitch, but the calculator said over 2 stitch. Is that what you did? No. And the calculator should not have, it won't tell you that. 14 count, you're going to stitch over 1 square. Actually Aida, you're going to stitch over 1 square. When I say 2 over 2, that's 2 strands of floss over 2 threads of fabric. And that is for linen or Lugana, even weaves, something like that. On Aida, stitch over 1 square. And Shelly, have you thought about taking your card making supplies and turning them into floss drops? No, not at this time. Mostly because any of my extra time I spend stitching or quilting, and I just don't want to create. I have some floss drops from Fat Quarter Shop, and so I just don't make any, but I've seen you guys, like in our Facebook group, create some really, really beautiful ones. So I definitely have like floss drop envy. I just have not spent the time doing it. Okay, guys, that is it for Q&A this week. Pretty quick. Let's see what I have next. Let's talk finishes. I tried to have this finally finished, but it didn't happen. I mentioned Boo Crew is finished. I threw away my paper. This is a free chart from Fat Quarter Shop. You can do it anytime. There's still plenty of time before Halloween. Here is my finished Boo Crew. So I stitched this on Spooky Hollow Aida. And as I mentioned, for the most part, I used the called for floss. So I have got a couple of color changes. If you watched my Welcome Autumn Sal Stitch with me last Monday, I gave everybody, I'd finished it, and I gave you guys a preview. I showed the changes I made. So I actually stitched the broom with some brown, I know it's Weeks Dye Works. Colors, I will list those down below. I know the dark color is chestnut, which is like one of my favorites, and the light is oak. So chestnut and oak. And then for the broom, in the chart, it has like all the shades of gray that come in the Boo Crew color pack, which these colors are Classic Color Works, not Weeks Dye Works, but mix and match, guys. Mix and match. Use what you got. I used the yellow that is in like the flame and maybe in the flame. That might be it. I'm trying to think what color that is that comes in the kit. Anyway, oh, and it's in the cat's eyes. I used the yellow, and then I just kind of mixed and matched in the grays and whites from the Boo Crew chart, the called for colors. So it's not exactly like I think they had like the black in there, the black coffee, but I didn't use that. I used the darkest gray, light gray, and white mixed in with the yellow, and I love it. To me, the broom looks a lot better. Now I'm going to tell you guys a couple of reasons I did some of the things I did. I'm trying to think the best way to do this way. So in the chart, they have the broomstick as the colonial copper, and then the yellow. That's where the yellow was supposed to go. And I thought it was way too much. First of all, doing the letters in colonial copper in the orangey color, it was way, way, way too much orange. And I just felt like the broom was going to get lost. I started to stitch it maybe. I don't think I stitched the broomstick. What I did was I stitched the candle, and I stitched the candle holder, and it was also orange and yellow from the kit. And it completely got lost so I pulled that out. I was like, no, that's not good. I left the flame in the candle exactly like it was, and I used the black and like the light color gray. I can't remember exactly what color that is off the top of my head. And I use that and it stands out. I like it. Someone mentioned a spider web. I should add a spider web. So I did add a spider web there and I love that. You can see I got two little spiders, one off the hat, one off the C, and then a web. And then the only other difference was the broomstick, which I love it in brown. So Weeks Dye Works, Chestnut, and Oak, I will list those down below since I did make color changes and I hadn't originally done that. So I love it. I'm trying to decide how to finish it. I want to finish it as a pillow. I have fabric picked out for the back and I have a chenille trim and I'm probably going to. And then I tried to talk myself out of it. I was like, no, that's too many pillows. I like little pillows. I have several other projects that won't be finished as pillows. I just bought a couple of things when I was out on my shopping adventure. Thank you, Christy. But I think I should just go with my original feeling. So hopefully this will be finished by next week. I tried to get it done and then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to rush it because I don't want to mess it up. I thought it turned out cute. There's still plenty of time to stitch it. Again, it's a free chart. Make the changes if you want to. You know what else I thought would be cute? If you could probably do you could do the letters in different colors if you wanted to, although I do think they stand out really nice in the orange. And they're beautiful in the purple. I just mentioned I chose not to do purple because I don't do a lot of purple decoration, but then you're going to see I'm going to stitch some stuff that has purple in it for Halloween, whatever. But that's my finish. Let's move on to whips, and I'm going to talk first a little bit. Remember my little August calendar, my plan. So this week, Monday was the Welcome Autumn Sal, my Sal that I'm hosting with the Primrose Cottage pattern, and I worked on that. Then Tuesday was Stitching with the Housewives August, which I did work on that. Tuesday was crazy. I did not get to touch that as much as I wanted to. Wednesday was Halloween Rules. Friday was Halloween Rules, not the hands-on design August design. I got to work on Halloween Rules and I was having myself a good time. And Friday was a fall start. I did do a fall start. And Saturday was a whip, whatever I wanted to do. And I actually started Primrose Cottage, the Toil and Trouble Sal. So that was kind of my plan for the week. And I'm going to show you what I got done. It keeps me organized, but you don't have to follow it exactly, which I didn't. But I do like that it does give me groundwork for what I want to work on. So let's just kind of work in. Well, I'm going to do whips and then I will do Sals. Sound good? So we're just going to start with New Start. New Start. I decided because I'm doing kind of the fall Friday. So my plan is Santa Sunday. Tonight I'm going to work on my Have a Cup of Cheer. So that's my Santa Sunday stitch, which last week was still July and I didn't work on that. Merry Monday is not Merry Monday for me because we're doing our Welcome Autumn Sal. Tuesday is free. Witchy Wednesday. Thursday's kind of free. And then Fall Friday. And I thought because I have a couple of other places in the week that I'm doing Halloween, I am going to do a fall start because I've been dying to do a fall start. I showed you all those fall patterns last week. So I picked the Autumn Acres from Cherry Hill Stitchery, and I picked this one because I already had all the floss for it and I want to do it. And you guys, it's stitching fast. I love it. So here is my start for this. I am using all of the called for colors, I believe. And I will talk a little bit about that here in a minute. So here's my start. I started down in the bottom left corner. And I haven't stitched the star yet. It is going to be black. And that's only because there's not black anywhere else. And I really try to stitch like Let me see. Oh, there's some crows flying up here, and then there's a crow, and then the stars and stuff will be black. So it's likely something I'll just fill in last. But I did this whole little section, and then I had leftover green floss and leftover yellow, and I started stitching those here. And I am stitching this. I wanted to say it is 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. It is. This is my first time using Vintage Country Mocha, even though I've seen so many people stitch on it. First of all, the modeling is gorgeous, and I am loving this stitch. So cute, really, really easy and fun. I told you, I think 25 count Lugana is my happy place. I really love it. So excited. I'm stitching on a huge, way bigger piece than what I need, but I'll just cut it off later. I'll have plenty of this fabric left for some other stitches. But for a fall stitch, I thought it was pretty. Now, the example was stitched on white, which I thought the colors really pop on it. And I really, really went back and forth. I had a white, antique white Lugana pulled, but I'm glad I went with this. I like it. I really like it. So you guys will have to tell me what you think. But I'm loving it. It was so fun to start a fall stitch. I want to show the colors. This is a great example, and I wanted to talk about this too. This is a great example of multiple companies of floss. So here's the colors, all the called for colors for this one. Now, these floss drops are from Fat Quarter Shop. And how I labeled mine, I know that they've talked about you can like put sticker, like the DMC stickers on them if you want to, or write in pencil or something. I use my label maker, my Dymo label maker for card making, organizing my supplies. I simply put these labels on here, and when I don't need this anymore, you can peel it off and reuse this. To me, but the labels stick really good. So I peel them off with like some little sharp tweezers. These are awesome. So what I did, these are the DMC colors right here. This one is not. This is a week's dye that I must have, that I had left over from, this is not one of the called for colors. The called for color is 310 DMC, and I actually had this Weeks Dye Works color in Kohl, which has some variegation to it, and I like it better for the black in my chart. And since I haven't stitched it yet, I went ahead and pulled that to use. So that is a color change that I made. And you know what? I made another color change just last minute because I haven't stitched it yet. Instead of the DMC lighter orange color, I'm going to use this Pumpkin Harvest, which is left over from another project, for the lighter pumpkins. So this pumpkin was Weeks Dye Works Clockwork. And those are my colors. So that's an idea for labeling. I like that they're all like this. I unwound recently a bobbinated roll or a skein of DMC, and it's so kinked up. So I kind of like them like this. The consistency is awesome. I guess I could put this back in here so I don't lose it. So that's my new start. Love this. I think this is going to go together really fast, and I am excited. And this one will not be a pillow, I don't think. I have another plan for that one. My next whip is Stitching with the Housewives. August. We're going to be through August and into September, and I'm not going to have it done, but that is all right. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. I am stitching this on 32 count pale gray gingham from Fabric Flair. I did make some progress, I promise. So last week I had like all the green and yellow along the bottom. Anything black, I stitched this week. I stitched on Tuesday. And I was pretty happy with that. It's looking cute. I love it. And I know I said I wasn't going to stitch the little small, but I think I am. I have a really fun plan. I'm not going to say what it is yet because we're going to see if it works before I share, but I may be doing something with that. But I'm loving it. I'm excited to get this done. I'm planning on doing all of mine the same size so I can make a pillow insert, and then I can just switch them out month to month, because you can see it's going to be pretty small. So I think it'll be a really cute decoration on a shelf, a mantle, dough bowl, something like that. And the gingham background, I like that really subtle pattern. I think it's pretty, and I like the 32 count. So mine's going to be a little tinier than the kind of called for, because I think they did theirs on 28 count Monaco, the equivalent of a 14 count Aida. But that is my second whip. All the called for colors for that one, and it's Classic Color Works. Yeah, I'm having a little outbreak here, so ignore that, okay? I don't know how I could get to this age and now I have skin issues. Never ever when not really growing up, but sure do now. I'm back to my Lizzie Kate Halloween rules. So this little guy, it's gonna be huge. I had put it on timeout because I messed up. Remember the wear a costume? I had messed it up. I didn't like the dog colors. I switched the dog colors and I finally found one I liked, but everything else was wrong. I left it in. I didn't remove it. You guys had lots of suggestions, but I'm going to tell you, I knew that I wasn't going to be happy with it. So this week I did some mega work on this. Here is my progress. This week, the dog, I had like the body and the spots of the dog. I stitched his cape, his mask. I put his little mouth in. I ripped out this and restitched it. And then this guy was over one. And I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like 2 squares here. Well, this is 25 count mushroom Lugana, so it's more than that. But stitching, it would be 2 squares. And he was over 1, and he was going to be sticking out further than everything else. And I couldn't leave it. It was going to bother me. I know someone in my Facebook group mentioned something about, they were going to rip something out because they knew it was going to bother them. And that I'm the same way. If you know it's going to bother you, take the time and redo it now. It's going to be easier. And it didn't take near as much time as I thought. So basically, I restitched this whole thing. Now, this one was mostly all stitched. I had to add the candy in the bag this week, and then these little green, whatever they are, in between the candy corn. So I finished those, and then I was having so much fun that I stitched this entire little visit a haunted house section. I love it. And I even started the border for the scarecrow because I'm really excited to stitch the scarecrow. I think that one's really cute. I like it. They're all cute. What am I saying? So I'm really excited. I extended the borders as I had left over floss for the sides. I extended the borders. What is that color? This is a combination. I'm using all the called for colors with this one. Blackbird. Yes, I love the blackbird. I think it's kind of a blackish brown. Whoops. But there we go. And I know I get asked this a lot. I'll show you the back. This is a huge piece of fabric. So there's the back. Looks like I have a few long threads that need trimmed. Usually I go through and try to trim those up, but anyway, I'm loving it. Still loving it, still excited. I would love to get this one done. I'm almost 100%, almost, so maybe 99.9. I'm going to have this one framed. I think I'll be happiest. It's going to be really hard to finish myself as a not confident finisher like that. I think the small things I can do, but I would have to piece together sticky board, and I'm just not sure I want to do that yet. And I think if I can get a finisher to do what I want to do for this, I think that would be fun. Okay, is that my whips? Sals are next. Woo! Let's do my Welcome Autumn Sal first. This is the Sal that I am hosting for the month of August. Every Monday I come to you with a new, or we can stitch a new part of the chart. And I do a Stitch With Me Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Central. So if you want to come hang out and chat, definitely do that. You don't even have to stitch. I know my friend Kelly always, not always, but she goes, I'm not stitching. I'm just going to stay and chat. And she also helped moderate because we had some horrible trolls last week. I'm so sorry. I think I fixed it, but honestly, it makes it really hard. If I put too many control, it's annoying. If you put too many controls on, it's hard to chat. And then if you don't have any, then you have all of these gross, you guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you, Kelly. Thank you to anyone who reported those comments, because I had to take a second to go in and report. It was so annoying. So this is the Welcome Autumn Sal. This is the little stitch we're doing. I have seen so many of you finish it. You said you're having so much fun that you just went ahead and finished, and that is so exciting. If you finished, please pick another fall chart, or even better yet, another Primrose Cottage chart to start, because a lot of these colors are going to be the same. So you might have leftover DMC that you can just go ahead and stitch something else. I know I shared several in my last video, so definitely check that out. I'm thinking like the little Thankful would be a cute little matching piece. If you're feeling super like you can really go for it, do the Autumn Rules chart. I did buy all the floss for Autumn Rules this at Michael's. Any of the colors I didn't have. Or stitch portions of Autumn Rules and make some more little pillows. You could totally fill a whole little bowl or display with your stitching for fall that way, and I think it would be really fun. And you could have some coordinating pieces, because the great thing about Primrose Cottage is they're really going to coordinate back to a lot of their different charts. So if you're one of those who got excited and finished it, because it is a quick stitch. I haven't done this before, and I thought, let's just start with something doable so people don't get overwhelmed. And I love seeing some of you are stitching, you know, exactly like this. Some of you are working ahead. Whatever. There's no rules. That's my whole thing. No rules. So welcome autumn. And I told you guys in my Stitch With Me, I lost one of the colors we were using, because the border is what we're stitching first, of course. How do I lose? I think I probably dropped it somewhere. I looked everywhere. I was misplaced 839. I had like 838 maybe. And I thought about using it, but I put it off all week long. I had this whole thing, except for the dark brown, stitched. And when, oh, there's Ethan. When I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday morning, I picked up 839, not Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I went to Hobby Lobby too, but I picked it up at Michael's. I went ahead and stitched all the brown when I got home real fast. I cannot wait to start stitching pumpkins tomorrow night with you guys. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm so excited. And this is the design where I'm going to turn mine into a pillow. Now, the gals at Primrose Cottage did a cute little pom-pom border. I did buy some pom-poms, but I'm going to do a chenille border. I'm all about the chenille lately. And I wanted to show you guys how I put one together. So I can't decide if I bought another color. I'm not going to show it yet. I bought a couple of chenille colors, and then I didn't like what I bought, so I ordered another one. And next week, if that's what I think I'm going to use for the finish, I'll post it here. So if you want to go ahead and pick some up, you can, to prepare for the finish. But the pillow tutorial is going to be start to finish. I'm going to show you exactly how I prep my fabric, exactly what I do, all of the steps, and then how I stitch everything together and on. So, and there won't be any zippers or anything like that for that. And I want to show you, because I thought it was pretty. I put all my DMC on floss drops. And now it won't get lost, because I had it in my bag and the skeins were going everywhere. I'm sure I had that color. I know, I double checked multiple times. I literally couldn't find that color anywhere. So I'm still convinced that my dog took off with it and hid it somewhere. He's a joy. Okay. I told you that I wasn't going to stitch this because I thought I had too much going on or something. You should all ignore me. Because I, of course, decided I had to stitch it. I had the perfect fabric. I have the DMC. I should just do it. So the gals at Primrose Cottage are hosting the Toil and Trouble Sal this month. I will link to their Instagram down below so you can kind of follow along. I am a little behind. So here's the funny thing. Oh, yeah, I said I had the DMC. And then Emily from Primrose Cottage said, oh, I'm doing it in Weeks Dye Works. And I was like, oh, me too. I want to do it in Weeks Dye Works. And I literally thought I ordered those colors, and apparently I didn't. So I pulled the colors I had, and when I started, when I show you my start and I explain to you why I started where I did, because I think I did have 5. I have 5, which is great. 5 of like the 8 to 10 color. I can't remember how many colors. There's 10. I had 5 of the Weeks Dye Works colors. So I was able to start, but I had to be kind of creative with how I started, and I did order the rest. But I think this is going to be cute. So remember a couple weeks ago when I bought this tarnish fiber on a whim? Nope, that's wrong. It's not fiber on a whim. What is it? I can't think. I'll link it down below. Anyway, I ordered this fabric because I just thought it was pretty. Because it has, let me show you a bigger piece of it because I think it's awesome. The modeling in it's great. You guys said it would be great for Halloween stitches, and it totally is. So I started up here in this top corner because I had the purple conversion, and then I started with these are going to be the candy corn. I have the orange and the white for the candy corn, but the yellow I had to order. But that's okay. I'm going to stitch as much as I can kind of up here. I might not be totally following the stitch along. I just wanted to get some stitches in it because, like I said, I thought I ordered my colors because I had decided prior to this week starting that I was going to go ahead and do it, and you know, it happened. But I love it. It's stitching super fast. It's really fun. Jump in now if you want to. It's gonna stitch quick. How cute is it? I cannot wait to get to the cauldron. I love the cauldron. I think it's really fun. Anyway, I bought some finishing stuff for this, so this one's going to have to be a finish, isn't it? So that's my final sal for the week. I did not get a touch on my hands-on design. I will by next week because I love the August. It's got seagulls, and I think it's so cute. So anyway, that is my my sals. I'm going to do a little haul, and then like I said, we're not going to do any quilting today. And then I do have one giveaway. Oh, sorry, Brody. I have one giveaway. I don't have much haul today. Couple things first. I get asked a lot about my quilt labels. So this is one quilt thing, and I wanted to show it because it came this week. I belong to the Sweetwater Label Co. And this is the labels for this month. Sometimes it's 1 label, sometimes it's 2. This month it's 3. Aren't they cute? And they come personalized. And I just belong to the club. I think I pay 3 months at a time. I don't know. I'm on auto renew. And it's fantastic because I always have some cute labels. So those came this week. I'll have a link below if you're interested. I get nothing for that. I just really, really like it. I know I mentioned last week that Sweetwater has been one of my favorite fabric designers for a long, long time. So in that Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube this week, at the end of the video when Kimberly shows new things, she showed this next chart, and I bought it instantly. And then I bought another one because I looked at the other one prior to this, but I don't have the fabric yet because I had to order it from a link from Tiny Modernist because I wanted this exact fabric, but I wanted the 28 count, not the 14 count Aida. I wanted the 28 count Lugana. I got the Nevermore chart from Tiny Modernist. I had to have it. It is so cute. Shari, you need this one. I thought it's 3 colors of DMC. I'm so excited to get started on this one. I just think it's so whimsical, but yet so Halloween. I don't know. I thought it was fun. So I ordered that. That's my first thing. I'm probably not going to get to this. I know in my mind, I think that I can stitch so much faster than what I actually can. But this is also from Tiny Modernist, and it's like a mystery stitch along, but 2 parts of it are, it's a 3-part, and there's only 2 parts. So I went ahead and bought it because I love the crystal ball. I love these flowers around this. I can't remember what fabric I decided I wanted to do this on, or if I thought I would buy another piece of, because it's tarnish. Don't know if I said that about the Toil and Trouble Sal. It's tarnish 28 count Lugana, and I love it. I can't think of the brand though. That's so annoying to me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I'll link it. But I want to stitch this too. I think it's so cute. I love the stack of books underneath the crystal ball. Can you tell I want to do all the Halloween and falls charts right now? And then I thought I had this in my stash, but I didn't, and it was on sale, and I know I mentioned it to you guys. I'm stitching this year's hands-on design, A Year of Celebrations, but Celebrations 2. It's the new one. This is the original, and I went ahead and ordered it because I think some of these would be really fun, even if I just want to stitch like the little snowman onto an ornament, or I want to stitch individual ones of these and make little pillows for accents. I probably won't do this as one big piece like I'm doing this year's, but I thought it was cute. It's on sale. And like I said, I thought they were fun. So I picked that up too. And the final thing, I had already ordered it, but my fabric came, and then it was released this week. So Kathy at Hands On Design did a live Monday night. In fact, it was Monday night while I was doing my Stitch With Me. And she released that they're doing a mystery Halloween sal. So it's going to, this is my paper. I bought it when I was done with my video. So it's the Costume Party sal. It starts September 1st, if I'm not mistaken. It does start September 1st, and let's see, part 1 email September 1st, part 2 September 3rd, and the final part September 5th. So I'm planning on probably the month of September as I can, because it's sometimes a crazy bad month for me, but I don't think it's going to be very big. It does say how big it is. Where is that? The stitch count is 75 by 59. And I'm excited to do this. I did order the fabric when she announced this a while back, and it's really tiny. That's why I think this is a very doable. I'm going to show you mine. Now, I think the suggested, here's my little piece of fabric. It is called Silver Mist, and it is by Fabrics by Stephanie, and you need to order it from Fabrics by Stephanie, because I don't believe she sells to she might sell some places. I don't know. I ordered it directly from her. I'll have a link. And I did not order the linen. I ordered the Lugana version. I think it's 32 count. So excited. It is Aida friendly. There's an Aida fabric too if you want to join in. So I don't have it's all DMC. I don't have all my colors yet. I pulled what I had. So I have 4 of the 9 colors, so I need to pick up 5 of the colors. But it doesn't start till September 1st. I have plenty of time. So that was my last bit of haul, was getting that chart, and then my fabric came. I hadn't announced it yet because there was nothing really to announce until the chart was available. I think she said that you have until close to the end of this month. It might say in here to to join in, and then they'll kind of close it out, but there's no restrictions. Now there's extras. I don't know about the extras. I opted not to get any of the extras other than the fabric. April from Homestead Needlework has a finishing tombstone board. So there's that option. Their Lady Dot Creates, which is where I got my chenille trim for my Letters to Santa pillow, has a rickrack trim and perforated paper kit on Etsy that is for this. You can check that out. And That's So Kelly has these floss drops. There's paper floss drops if you want to make your own when you buy this chart, but That's So Kelly has floss drops you can buy and some other things. So check it out. You get the links to those things if you buy the chart. I believe it's $10 to participate. It's DMC. You don't have to buy the fabric. If you don't want to, you can use something that you have in your stash, but I think it's going to be really fun. Now, that brings me to the thing I wanted to say, because I noticed that Christy, Java Girl Stitches, has started a Facebook group, so definitely join that if you haven't already. And they're doing, I'm going to say it wrong. Is it Spooktacular or something for September? It's Halloween stitching in September. I'm sure I said it wrong. You guys will let me know. But they're going to do that as part of kind of their event in their Facebook group. So that's really fun, as well as everyone who's stitching that. So I'm definitely going to be stitching along with that. Like I said, I ordered this fabric weeks ago. Mine showed up like 2 days ago. So if you order now, you should get it in time. It's exciting and fun, or use something in your stash. You can definitely do that, and that'll be great. Let me see. I think that is about it for today. I have a couple of housekeeping notes about giveaways. Everybody but 2 people contacted me. So, I still have some BlackAida. I'll give it one more week, and if the winners that I originally chose do not contact me, I will pick new winners from that Flosstube video and announce those next week. The 2 people who need to still email me are April Osgood, Osgood, and Arleen Curry, Curry. If you would contact me, I will get your prize mailed out to you. The the email to contact me is down below. So this week, I really didn't prep a whole lot of things, but I did want to offer some sort of a giveaway. So because I did this last minute, I am going to offer a $25 gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop, and then you can pick what you want. Maybe you want to get one of the tiny modernist patterns, or a couple. With $25, you could probably get a couple things, or some floss to go with your pattern. So, I am going to give that away for next week. You need to be a subscriber. You need to like this video. You need to be you don't have to be a U.S. resident for this, for the gift certificate. So this is open, worldwide, as long as Fat Quarter Shop ships to you. So $25 gift certificate, and then tell me what your favorite thing is that you're stitching right now. Are you stitching seasonal? Are you still stitching summer? Are you excited about fall? Are you stitching Christmas? Tell me what your favorite chart is that you're stitching right now, so we can all kind of get to know that. And then definitely join my Facebook group. That is, link is down below. Join Java Girl Stitches and friends. Anna and, is it Fiona? I probably said that wrong. It's Stitching with Friends. Join their Facebook group, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I joined. I haven't gone yet. I forget to go check things because you have to join through your personal instead of work. For me, my work. And so I forget. But I definitely am excited to visit that and check it out and just stitch all the things this week. So my last couple of things. Let's see what time it is. This video is probably going to go up too late, but a couple of really fun things. Primrose Cottage has their latest Sip and Stitch. It is a limited edition mystery, like chart, and then like a mug, I think, and stuff. Don't everyone buy it, because I want to buy it too. It's like fall or Halloween tonight, and it goes live at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So definitely head to their Etsy shop and check that out. And then the other thing is, come stitch with me, whether or not you're doing the Welcome Autumn Sal. Come hang out with us tomorrow night, Monday, August 8th, 2022, 7 p.m. Central. Come hang out, chat with us in the chat. Tell us what you're stitching if you're not stitching the sal. I know some of you have told me that you've stitched the Welcome Autumn sal. I would love if you just came over and hung out with us if you wanted to, and stitch, chat, have a good time. I'm going to start my second part of the chart. I will have a new post in our Facebook group that goes up tomorrow morning. And I forgot to post it on Instagram last week. I'm sorry. I will post it on Instagram this week as well. So I guess that's it. Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out with me. It means the world to me. I love everyone's excitement for cross stitch, for stitching, for quilting, for crafting. You guys make it fun, and I love coming here every week. So with that, I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube, Stitch With Me, or tutorial video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next week.